Welcome back live at Drew's house, another edition. Hope everybody is doing well. My guest is already here and ready to go. Let's get right to him. He is the head coach of Newburyport Clippers football. Ben Smolski, longtime friend of the show, joining us again. How are you, Coach? What's going on?
Good. How you doing, Drew?
Doing good. We're kind of filming this at a little bit of a different time. For those of you who don't know, I'm going away on vacation. So here we go. And Coach, I see you're on your back porch here, settling in for an evening. This is great.
Yep. Nice night out tonight, and the kids are trying to fall asleep with I think there's a story playing from YouTube or something. I don't. My wife put it on to bed, so indoors is kind of loud right now.
I'm kind of loving this. This is. I have a feeling this is Coach at ease right now. This is a moment of peace, alone on your back porch.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so we're talking. Where the heck did August go? Here we are. I know, is this like the most exciting time of year for you? I know a lot of people dread the end of summer. For you, it means football season's about to ramp up. Here we go, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Having a 6 and a 4-year-old now, I really do love my summers, hanging out with the boys. But there's nothing like middle of August ready for a football season. So it's like I'll miss the summer, but definitely looking forward to football.
Let's take us back. Obviously, I think we thought we might all be out of this. Probably the last time we talked, it looked like we were trending in a nice direction. And some of this stuff has kind of popped back up on us here with the Delta variant and all that. I know, take us back to last year. What is the last, football season? And now as you're kind of talking, I guess you're probably talking about maybe we have to deal with this a little bit again. What are those talks like in regards to COVID?
Obviously last year, COVID obviously impacted us with it shutting the season down and, just with the masks, outside in practice with the helmets on, not having locker rooms and stuff like that. We just, same kind of message that we learned going forward is we just got to go day by day, and kind of roll with the punch. Yeah. So just kind of, going into this year, it's good news to start, but obviously, we're able to be in the locker room. We have masks on in the locker room. That we're going to get further information on that. So, I mean, getting the locker room back will be good. Not right now, we don't have to wear the masks outside. That was difficult with the helmets, always putting the helmets on and the masks would get all shuffled up. It was just with the football helmet in general, it was difficult keeping that mask on or getting that mask on in general. But we just got to be aware of the situation. I'm sure, things could potentially change, and we just got to adapt and do the best that we can.
We talk about. I'm sure you're an adaptive coach. You find different ways to do team building, but when you talk about taking away the locker room, that in football terms, that's kind of a sacred place, right? That's a whole different game changer, right?
Yeah, no, locker room is, a lot of, I don't know, the kids get to, I guess what more than anything last year, not just locker room, but, during the preseason, we always, they always build camaraderie. We have our double session. We have our walkthrough where they stay there, they hang out with each other. Guys are starting to get to know each other, that necessarily don't know each other as well. And, it plays a big role, coming out of that tunnel, that's a big thing as well. That's a big part of Newburyport football. We'll be able to at least clap the freshmen onto the field and restart that tradition that we've had is welcoming them to the program. They're coming on Monday next week. And we're going to clap the sophomores on the field because it wasn't, they just showed up to practice and they went home. So we're going to clap them out of the tunnel, welcome them to the team, even though they've already been there, and every other new player that has signed up, whether it be sophomore, junior, or senior, and just welcome them to the program, because at the end of it, we clap the seniors back into the tunnel, which is a tradition that has been going since Coach Stalin and Coach Gaudiano did it, and we continue that tradition.
Right. Has this been kind of a whirlwind thing for you as a coach? I know how many years now? What are we talking? What this going to be your?
This is my 5th year as a head coach. I'm going on, I don't know, year 16 or 17 as a coach. So it's been a long time. I mean, it's not a long time compared to some other guys, but 16, 17 years it's a pretty long time.
Although I would say even 5 years as a head coach is kind of it's less common than it used to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Just go day by day. I mean, 5 years has gone so fast. I can't even. I don't. It's all kind of a blur in that sense. I just remember having Owen Bradbury, Miles Maloof, starting with them, and now we're with Lucas Stallard, Finn Sullivan, and Eamon Sullivan. I'm just saying captains out there, in the class of 2022. So time flies.
I bet you can picture doing 2 of these years in, well, I mean, at least 1 full year, but you're also kind of dealing with it as you prep for this year in a pandemic. This was not part of the drawn up plan, right?
No, not at all. I mean, I think last year more than anything has really. I mean, as a coach, you have to adapt anyways, and you have to kind of overcome some of these adversity that comes in the way to try to be the best that you can be. But I think that I really think that this past year, although it wasn't fun in the sense of dealing with a pandemic, but I think the positives you get out of it is you're able to adapt, you're able to adjust, and I think it's only going to make us better as teachers and as coaches and as educators in general, even though it was a tough time.
Last 2 pandemic-related questions I wanted to say, and then we'll talk some football about this coming year's team. But one, do you think it makes the kids better adults here, especially the ones you've already sent up to college? I know you had a lot of respect for your captains last year who helped get you guys through that. And 2, how much is it going to be nice to have a Thanksgiving football game on Thanksgiving?
I definitely think it helps out the guys. I mean, talking to all the seniors, captains and, the senior class in general, they were phenomenal. And, it's tough going through what they went through and going through what everyone's. I think you want me to keep going?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Lost
Okay.
you. Back. You're all good.
So I really think it'll help those guys going out throughout their life. I've had those conversations with them going forward. Like, though I'd say that the last 2 years of seniors, it's like things can be taken away like that, and it's just something that's life in general. I mean, you lose a sport, you lose someone close to you, you lose a game. It's I kind of went a little extremes there, but the bottom line is you got to deal with loss in life, and I think that helps them and trains them. It's not the biggest thing in the world to miss a sport, but it trains you for when you go through those hardships in life as well.
And how about that Thanksgiving idea? That was tough for me, man. I'm telling you, I grew up near the Danvers High Stadium. I was used to hearing, even when you don't go to the games, at least it feels like you can feel that thing happening down there. It was weird not having any of that around.
I'll say before Thanksgiving, Danvers High had an unbelievable band when I coached at Saugus. That they had more people in the band than on the football team.
Used to go to the Rose Bowl, if you remember correctly.
Yep, I remember that too. Thanksgiving, that was a depressing day. I'm not trying to I know there's a lot of things going on in the world that are a lot worse than missing Thanksgiving, but that's really that's a big part of Newburyport High School culture, and personally, it's my favorite day of the year, and I can't wait for Thanksgiving football. And we didn't even get to play Amesbury because of everything got shut down, so it'd be great to get into that rivalry game and go after Amesbury.
Somebody was talking about the Newburyport scene first, Amesbury in general, the other day, and somebody said Newburyport's a great place, not as good as Amesbury. And I responded on Twitter by saying, if only you guys could have a football game every year to square this thing up.
Yeah, definitely. That works.
What'd you end up doing on Thanksgiving? How'd you fill that void? Just curious.
I did what I usually do. I usually I go to the cemetery and see my father and my mother. They're there together. But Thanksgiving was a big day. Since I grew up, it was a big thing. I would always go with my dad, my brother to the football game. And that's my tradition that I do when I go to. I go like 3 or 4 in the morning before I get to the field, and I had to do that part. But it was a great day in the sense of being with family. Like I said, I have my boys Tommy and Timmy. They're 6 and 4, and they're the world to me, and I get to hang out with my wife and the kids and hang out with family, and that makes the day. I love Thanksgiving because there's no gifts or anything like that. It's just hanging out with family. Christmas is Christmas, Easter is Easter, but it's my favorite holiday.
You're fine. Your old man was so loved in this community. I wonder, is there anything, any message that you've kind of taken with you through this pandemic? Like, you know what, he would have said this during this or that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, it's just kind of go day by day and, just do the best that you can do. And, the one thing about him, I'd always be like, hey, how are you in football? He's like, I did my job. So he'd probably like, just do your job. I know it's Bill Belichick, but I guess that was before Bill Belichick. I did my job and, that was that, so very straight and to the point.
Very gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about, again, we're joined here by Ben Smolski, the head coach of Newburyport Clippers football, getting ready for a whole nother season. The equipment's all ready to go. And do they still do 2-a-days? What are the rules? It used to be 2-a-days when I was a kid. They took those away a little bit, right?
Yeah, we have next Thursday. We have a practice 8 to 10:30. They'll rest, eat some food, maybe have a meeting, maybe look at some film. And then we have an hour walkthrough. And then on Friday is our double day. So we'll be there from 8 to 10:30. When we do the food, we'll have them probably sit out on the lawn and just hang out and kind of hang on campus so they're by. And then we can get in the weight room, get a lift, watch some film, and then get back on the field for our double practice, which it's 2.5 hours and a 2-hour practice. So they'll be out of the building at 3 on that day, and that will prime us up for our scrimmage against Saugus on that Saturday, which I think is the 28th, I believe.
So scrimmage is in late August, and then the season opener is.
So our scrimmage is against Saugus. Our season opener is on Friday, September 10th. You there?
Yep, pick it up. It just you say Friday, September 10th is the opener.
Yeah, against Masco at High School, and really looking forward to that. It'll be a good night just to be back in the fall, playing on Friday nights. It'll be very exciting.
Kind of a tough opener. Masco's always tough, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're
wait for Coach to come back to us here. I was just joking to him. I said, I think his kids must be using the Wi-Fi. That's why they kicked him out on the porch here as we do this. Wait for it. This is why.
You get more points, obviously. If you lose, you still get some.
Whoops. He was almost there. Coach, you with me? Hang on, we'll take one pause. Be right with you. Right, got you.
So,
I love Zoom Life, by the way. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I know, it's so fun. So Masco and Bedford will be our 2 opening games. They're our non-league games, and we jump in. But like I was saying, Masco, I mean, they were in the Cape Ann League before. We know them well from when we played them, and it'll be exciting to get to go against them again.
Absolutely. What's what players are going to surprise us this year? You already get a good feel for your roster?
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with the captains. They're the leaders. But I'll tell you what, senior-wise, we have a lot of leaders. But we have Finn Sullivan as quarterback is coming back. Lucas Stallard, who is inside linebacker and wide receiver, tight end type, coming back. Then we have Eamon Sullivan, who's a 3-year, 2-way starter on offense and defensive line. And I'll move over here because this light's in my face. I'm sorry. Then we have Jack Haddon is elected as a junior captain as well, and he's going to be playing running back and outside linebacker this year. And then we got there's a lot of guys. You got Robbie Miranda, Mike Tilley, we have Brady Ford on the line. We have Logan Cole Jones and Logan Jones have been working hard in the weight room. Brothers, Cole's a senior, Logan's a sophomore. some of the guys been really working hard in the weight room, and we're just looking forward to getting the team together, and just to be able to compete and hopefully as close to normal season as possible.
It's funny how the coaches always know who's working hard in the weight room, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest. I look at the attendance and I tally and I keep track of that because one thing we do in our program is we don't just give seniors their number choice. We go by commitment in the weight room. And the kids if there's a sophomore who's committed more than a senior, they get to choose their football number before that senior. It's all about earning it. It's not about just it's given, because that's not how life is.
I imagine during all this, I mean, a tough couple pandemic seasons here, your coaching staff, you must have really relied on them a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this year was almost – I always joke. It's like I felt like a baseball manager more than a football coach.
Yeah.
They had to deal with all – I mean, not take anything away from baseball, but, I mean, I guess a manager rather than a football coach, so I don't upset any baseball coaches.
Well,
but in the sense of, like, you had to make sure you're following all that protocol. I would be putting cones out on the sideline before the game to make sure everyone was 6 feet apart. It just a bunch of different things that you didn't have to do before. So definitely we have a solid staff that's been, for the most part, we've been consistently together since I've taken over. From Coach Callahan, who's the assistant head coach, offense coordinator, Coach Weber. Been there forever. He's a Newburyport guy. Coach Boblon, who was my freshman coach. Coach Boardman, our offensive line coach. He's a special person. And Coach Morris, Coach Farrell, Coach Jarolowitz. We had Coach Hughes last year too, who was unfortunately can't coach with us this year. But we've been very lucky, and it's really they're a great group.
And of course, the athletic director is Kyle Hodson. What's that experience been like? Because he's kind of, I've always said, when you're an athletic director, you're almost like a manager of all the coaches too. You have to have a good feel for these programs. What's it like having him as an AD?
Yeah, he's good. He supports us. I know if I ever need anything, I can go to him and ask for some help. It's good just to have someone who you can bounce ideas off of, and someone who he looks out for you and gives you advice on certain things. And he's basically the coach of the coaches. I guess you look at it that way.
Exactly. You've had some great coaches come before you. I know you've played for some great coaches too, but immediately Coach Gadiano and Coach Stalin come to mind. Do you ever bring those guys back into the program? Do they ever deliver speeches to the team or anything like that? Or how close does that coaches fraternity stay?
Yeah.
Coach Gadiano and Coach Stalin, I'm just wondering if you ever bring them back into the program to
funny you mention it, because I feel bad that I didn't bring him up when I was just talking about the coaches. Coach Gadiano last year, I called him about half a week into the season. And I knew he wasn't coaching because Brooks didn't have a football season, and he actually volunteered. He was a volunteer assistant last year, and worked with us. So we invited him as a coach, which was a great experience. Just to have him back there, and he was awesome. He helped with defensive game planning and basically had his hand in everything. And I learned more from him this year than I have in any other year. He just had he didn't have to worry about all the head coach stuff. It was really, you know what I mean? It was more laid back and able to suck up the knowledge from him. So we'll miss him this year. But he's going back to Brooks to coach tight ends with Pat Foley at Brooks, and he'll coach more than tight ends, but. I did say with him, if for some reason Coach Foley moved on or went somewhere else, he has to come and coach in Newburyport. So he said he would. He gave me his word. As for Coach Stalin,
are you still having fun with it every day? I know it's 5 years on the job. Let's face it. I mean, you just gave us an idea. The stresses of being the head football coach are not easy at the high school level. Does it ever get to you? You're still having fun every time you show up for practice?
Yeah, no, I love it. Does it get stressful sometimes? Yeah, but it gets stressful being a teacher. It gets stressful in any job that you do. But the bottom line is, you know, you're in it for the right reasons. You know, I coach, you know, not obviously you want to win and you want to compete and you do other things. That's why you're in sports. But you know, as long as we can help these kids out, help them shape and become good character young men, and kind of just teach the lessons that I've been taught throughout my life, from coaches, from my parents, from life's experiences. You know, that's what it's all about, and that's what keeps it going. Like I'll never give up coaching until you know that until that feeling goes away, and that feeling is still there.
You're at that point where you've sent a full class under you off to college and all that. Do you try to follow some of these kids here as they go off to school and all that?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to go get out and see them sometimes. You know, I know they play on Saturdays, but we have our JV games, whatever else. You know, I know John Donovan's playing at WPI. Jason Tamiyoshi, he had a misdiagnosis of his knee, and I know he just had surgery, but he's going to be playing at New England College. So I'll be interested to kind of, you know, he's going to be there. I talked to him. He's going to kind of, he's just going to learn as he goes. He's not going to be able to practice right away, but he's part of the football program. I know Jake Lane, just to bring up someone who's a little bit, you know, a little bit removed, a couple of years, two or 3 years removed. He's an assistant, like kind of, he's working with UMass football staff right now with running backs. As a like undergrad in college, doing some stuff with the football team there. So he's all in on football right now too, which is interesting. So I can definitely keep in touch with him. Brian Toolin reached out to me the other day or yesterday, and we're gonna try to get a bite to eat before we.
The Toolin brothers are characters, aren't they? It's good. Yeah. So you're getting a bunch of bite to eat with the Toolin. The Toolin brothers are characters, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're.
See, you're speechless. You can't even get the thoughts of the Toolin brothers out. Hang on. Come back to me. Come back to me, coach. Come back to me. Gremlins, you there? I think we got you. There you are. You're back.
Yeah.
There you are. You're back. All right. Final one for you, coach. And then we'll let you go. We got football here fast approaching. 2 weeks away. What are the people going to get when they come out to see Newburyport Clippers football this year? What kind of brand of football?
Then we're gonna get tough, hard-nosed football, in a bunch of kids that are gonna get after it each and every day. So you know, first game Friday, September 10th, under the lights at Coach Stalin's Field, World War Memorial Stadium, 6:30.
I can already tell you're looking forward to it, Coach. Have a great season. It's good to set it up. I'm excited talking about football with you.
Hey,
have fun.
Thanks a lot, Drew. Have a good vacation.
All right. Thanks, man. We'll see you.
Take care.
All right. There you go. The head coach of Newburyport Clippers football, Ben Smolski. Good guy right there, taking some time. You'll notice it's actually dark here where he was and where I am. We're doing taping the show a little bit in advance. Usually I do it more in real time than this, but I'm on vacation this week, so I put a couple ahead for you, which is why the different filming time here. So I put that one on tape with Coach Ben Smolski, and I thought it would be a good little football preview. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You also see that the dogs are more active. I think my wife made an appearance there. She went out for her evening. There's the dog. Okay, he's telling me the show's over. Very good. All right, everybody. Live at Drew's house, another edition. Hope everybody's doing well. August coming to a close. Unbelievable. Where did the summer go? Football season. Very cool. We'll see you next time. Live at Drew's house. Peace.